Hello again, Swiftie. Welcome back. In this final video, we're going to do something very comforting. We're going to run the code. Specifically, we'll test the Coffee Swift calculation library locally on your own machine. The one Codcel generated from that Excel spreadsheet. Yes, that Excel spreadsheet. The one that somehow survived every rewrite attempt, every framework migration, and at least one "let's just move this logic into the app" meeting. In the previous video, we added our Coffee spreadsheet to Codcel, clicked Generate Project, selected Codcel Swift Calculation Library, and pressed Generate. And just like that, seconds later, Codcel produced a full Swift calculation project. Source code, tests, build files. No wizard dialogues, no mysterious build phases, and nothing quietly reordering your files because it thinks it knows best. Before we run anything, let's quickly remind ourselves how closely this Swift code matches the Excel file. OpenCostInput.swift, a simple struct. Exactly what you'd expect. The struct name is cost input. 2 fields, emergency coffee and tip. Those are our inputs, exactly the same as the spreadsheet. Just data. Honest, predictable data. Now OpenCost, output.swift. There is one field, cost. Again, exactly what Excel produced. No surprises, no helpful magic, no framework quietly rewriting your values because it thinks it's being more Swifty, which, for once, is a very good thing. Now remember our spreadsheet. We had emergency coffee set to £2.92, tip set to 0, tax as a constant. That exact data has already been turned into a test. OpenCostTest.swift. This should feel very familiar. A perfectly ordinary test, the kind you've written hundreds of times before, possibly in XC test, possibly while Xcode was indexing. Again, we create a cost input. We set emergency coffee to £2.92, tip to 0. We call the API method, calculate with the input. We get back a cost output. And then we assert that the result is £3.50, clean, readable. No reflection, no protocol gymnastics, and no debate about whether this should be a class. So let's run it. Click the Build tab, then View Test Commands. As expected, we'll need to run Swift Test. Now, I'm going to assume you have Swift installed. You are a Swift developer. If not, Google it. Or ask ChatGPT. It is allowed. We checked. Click Test on Terminal. And it fails. Perfect. This is exactly what we expected. Why? Because the calculation isn't actually running in Swift. It's powered by the Codcel Rust calculation engine, connected through FFI. And we haven't built that yet, so let's fix that. Go back to source code and click Open to open the folder. You'll land inside Coffee Calculation Swift. Now go one directory up. Here we see 5 folders. 2 of them, Coffee Calculation and Coffee Model, contain the Rust code that does the actual maths. If you're curious about those, check out our Rust Quick Start series. Learning Rust is fun, eventually. Next, we have Coffee FFI. This is the bridge, the carefully negotiated ceasefire between Swift and Rust. Then finally, our familiar Coffee Calculation Swift project. Important note, don't move or delete anything. Everything is wired together very deliberately, like an Xcode project that absolutely works, as long as nobody touches it. Back in Codcel, open the hamburger menu and select Codcel FFI. Go straight to source code. We can see a cargo file. That's your first clue this is a Rust project. We'll open a couple of files. FFI-helper.rust, then lib.rust. We do not need to understand this. That's the whole point. Go to the Build tab. Click View Build Commands. Before Swift tests can run, we need to build the FFI library. The command is cargo build ---- release. Now, before running this, you need Rust installed. Open your browser and go to rustlang.org. Click Get Started. The instructions are excellent, so we won't repeat them here. And if anything goes wrong, yes, ChatGPT is still allowed. Now, if you already have Rust installed, run Rust up update just to be safe. Once Rust is installed, restart Codcel. Yes, close it. Open it again. This step is surprisingly effective across all programming languages. Click Open Project. Browse to your coffee project and open it. We're back on the Business Specifications page. Open the hamburger menu and Swift to Codcel FFI again. Go to Build. Click Build on Terminal. Now the build starts. This may take a moment. This is Rust, not Swift. Rust compiles like it's double-checking every assumption you've ever made, politely but firmly. Let it work, and there we go. Finished, release, that's it. The Rust FFI library is built. No more Rust, I promise. Now for the payoff. Open the hamburger menu and Swift back to Codcel Swift Calculation Library. Let's run our Swift tests again. Open the source code again. Then open costtest.swift. We expect £3.50. Swift to the Build tab. Click Test on Terminal. We wait a little bit and let it run. One test passed. Beautiful. You've just gone from Excel to typed Swift inputs to a clean API to a native calculation engine to passing unit tests. All in minutes. No rewrites, no transcription errors, and no one asking, can we just rewrite this in Swift UI? And that brings us to the end of the Swift Quick Start series. Take a deeper dive into the code, refactor if you must, and reward yourself with a calm, well-earned latte. In this alpha version, Codcel can also generate a Rust REST server, OpenAPI documentation, and even a Rust web client. If you would like any of these generated in Swift, send us an email. There's a lot more to explore. Visit us anytime at codcel.io. Thanks for watching, and keep writing Swift while Codcel handles the spreadsheets.